Let's solve this block. Here we have a variable named persons, which is an array of objects which contains keys like name, grade, and sex. Here in console you can see an error. Reference increment is not defined. This is because of this portion, so we'll go ahead and comment it out for now and fix it once we come to this part. Here the note is use reduce method. The first question says find the average grade. To find the average grade, first we'll find total grade, and to find total grade we'll use reduce on persons. Reduce accepts two parameters, a callback function and the initial value. Initial value is going to be 0, and in callback function I'm going to get access to accumulator and current value. You also get access to index and array, but we don't need it. And here we'll return accumulator plus current value dot grade. So in this way we will be able to find total grade. To find the average, we'll just say console.log total grade divided by persons.length. We are going to use persons.length multiple number of times, so why not create a variable called persons.length, and that will be persons.length. Wherever we'll need that, we'll just say persons.length. Refresh it, and here we can see the output 11. Find the average grade of male. So this time we have to find the average only for male. So we'll find the sum, but before that we will have to filter only male. So we will filter male first, then we'll sum it, and then we'll divide it by length, and that will be the average. If you want to log it, you can just store it in a variable, and to access it we'll say male grade average, that is 4. Similarly, we'll go ahead and do the same thing here with this female. We just have to change M to F, and here we'll change the variable to female. To find the highest grade, we'll create a variable highest in which we will map all the person's grade and create an array of only grades. Now we need to sort it. And if you remember, sorting numbers in JavaScript, we have to pass a compare function, a, b, and from here we need to return a minus b. So it will sort in ascending order. So the last value will be the highest one, and we'll say pop, and that will return the last value. And here we can say highest is 18. We have to do highest in male. So we'll do the similar thing, highest male, but before that, first we have to filter it. Highest male is 17. If you want to verify, you can see it is here. We are using this function filter male multiple number of times, so if you want you can create a function and we can use it at multiple times. Find the highest grade in female. So here we'll say female, and that's all. It is 18. Find the highest grade of the people whose name starts with J. So instead of checking sex here, we'll do p.name.includes, or no, not includes, we'll have to do starts with. So starts with, and here we'll be passing capital J. So it will only filter those values who has capital J in the name. And now if we refresh and say highest name with J, it is 17, and to verify we can see it here, John is 17. One thing you can notice here is like how using these functions we are composing. First we are filtering the value, then we are mapping it, then we are sorting it, and then we are using pop. So this is how you compose multiple array or string functions to make something happen. So here we have fruit basket. Use a fruit basket array to create an object where the key will be fruit and the value will be the number of times that fruit has appeared in the array. Something like this. So here the input is array and the output is object. So one of the way to get that is using reduce. So we'll say fruit basket dot reduce. Reduce accepts two parameters, callback and initial value. Initial value is going to be an object. The callback function is going to get access to accumulator and current value. The current value will be the name of fruit. So here the callback function will get access to accumulator and current value, The first thing I always do is to return the accumulator. And we can change accumulator by saying accumulator square bracket, because the name of the key is coming from a variable. And square bracket does two things: computes the value of CV and then adds the value. So if we do something like this, it will work, but the name of the fruit will only have one. Let's test it. So here we can see all of the fruit name has only one in it, but we need to make it 2 or 3. So to do that, we'll put a if condition, and I'll say if accumulator contains the name of the fruit, it means I need to increment the value by 1. So here I'll say it should be equal to accumulator of current value plus 1. If that is not the case, if the key does not exist, then we need to do something like this. Refresh it here. We can store this into a variable called fruits object. Refresh it here, we'll say fruits object. It's empty. Okay, here we are using plus operator. We'll say is equal to assign the value, refresh it and see. Now it is working properly. Banana is 2, apple is 2, cherry is 3, fig is 1 and orange is 3. Let's move on to the next one. Here it says use the fruit basket array to create an array of array. Each array will contain two values, the name of the fruit and number of times. Use variable fruits object. Okay, so fruits object is, we created it here, so we'll use that. And how to do that? So here from this object, first we need all the keys. So we get all the keys by doing object dot keys, and we'll pass fruits object. When you do this, you will get access to all these keys, and using key we can access values. So here we'll say dot reduce, because it is an array. Reduce gets two things: callback function and initial value. Initial value is going to be an array, and the callback function is going to get access to accumulator and current value. Inside this array, first we need to do accumulator is equal to accumulator dot concat, and we need to concat an array which will have a key that will come from CV, because using object.keys we are getting all the keys. So the first value will be CV and the second value will be fruits object of CV. So this will give us the number of times and this will give us all the keys, and we'll concat that into accumulator and return accumulator. We'll store this into a new variable called fruits array. Refresh it here and we'll say fruits array, and we can see the value. Okay, so it has become something like banana 2. The better way to go about it would be to pass array of arrays. In that way, it will contain banana 2, cherry 3, orange 3, etc. You can look at this code again to just understand how it works. Important part is using object.keys, you can get access to all the keys. If you do it like this, you get access to all the keys, and when you do object.values, you'll get access to all the values in that object. Here we have data variable. We have to flat the data array using reduce. So we'll say data.reduce. It will accept two parameters. Output will be array. Here we'll say accumulator and current value. And the first thing I always do is to return accumulator. Here we need to say accumulator is equal to accumulator.concat whatever is the current value. If we run this code and test it here, we'll see it has created the flat array. Now here we have to do the similar thing. The only difference is we have to see whether it is array inside array or not. So the simplest way to do this would be to flat this array by saying flat and pass infinity. So it can flat all the elements. And here we'll change it to data 2. We can see the output is same. You can use other methods also, like you will have to check is element again and again, but that will become a bit complicated. So you have to use reduce, but you can also use flat inside reduce. You can do the same thing by doing this. That's not the point. The point is to understand and use reduce in multiple different ways. Now let's come to this function. Create this function which accepts a number value and returns a number value. Increment, double, decrement, triple, and half. So here we will have to create multiple functions. I'll go ahead and create those. So half converts the value to half and returns the integer value. You can use math.round, something like this. So I'll return math.round. Once it is done, using the pipeline variable that contains the collection of functions, taking the initial value 3, find the output. The initial value will be passed to the first function and the output of first function will be passed to the next function. So that is how it works. You pass 3 into it. So 3 will be passed into increment. Whatever will be the output from here will be passed to the next function. And how we can make it happen is by using reduce. So we'll say pipeline.reduce. It takes a callback function and initial value is going to be 3. That will get access to accumulator and current value. The current value is going to be a function, but first we'll return accumulator. So we'll say current value is a function, call it with accumulator, and change the value of accumulator to whatever is getting returned from this function. So let's try this, refresh it here, paste it, and we can see the output 19. Okay, so 3 passed into increment is 4, double is 8, decrement is 6, double is 12, triple is 36, half is 18, and increment is 19. And we can do the same thing with pipeline 2. It's just that we have to change the variable name to pipeline 2. We'll run this code, copy it, refresh it, run this code, and we can see the value 57 this time. Sorry, the initial value needs to be 8. So we'll just change the value to 8, refresh it here, and check the value by changing it to 8. It is 219. In this way, we have completed this exercise.